Welcome back to the Bleav in A's podcast.
We believe in A's baseball.
Got my boys Luke and Devin with me at the Beam City Bar here in the backyard talking some A's baseball. This is your number one spot for everything athletics. Your host, Tyler Texeira. How are we feeling today, boys?
I'm feeling like JP Sears, man. I shut this day out, and it's going to be a good night, too.
Yes, sir. JP Sears got the dub today against the Yankees. Dev, how are you feeling over there?
A great win versus a good team always gives you a lot of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one more game against the Yankees, and then what do they have? Is it the Giants next? 3 against the Giants, and then I think it kind of lets up. Or Tampa.
They go to
the
Tampa
Giants.
next, yeah.
But it'll kind of let up a little bit after that, and staying within 10 of the wild card at this point, before the All-Star break. Good chances still.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen with the A's. But yeah, the A's won today against the Yankees in Game 2 of the series. They lost Game 1 and lost the series versus the Tigers. We'll get into all that. Also, the main topic of today is what the secret to Jacob Wilson's success is this year. Might surprise you a little bit, so stay around to the end of the show to hear what his secret to all his success is. But yeah, so the A's record right now is 34-51 after the win today. Still 10.5 back of that wild card, but we still believe that they can go on a run.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the A's today in Game 2 in New York won 7-0. Like Luke said, our guy JP Sears bounced back, pitched 5 2/3 innings, only allowing 2 hits, no runs, 4 Ks, and 3 walks. So shout out to JP Sears.
Shout out.
We've been asking for him to bounce back, and he finally did it.
Yeah, I mean, always it's just like he either allows 5 to 8 runs or it's 0 runs.
Yep.
And then the fact also that we only use one guy from the bullpen.
Yeah.
Shout out Jack Perkins, number 69.
Nice.
Coming in and 3 strikeouts and 3 innings.
Yeah.
Like, there we go.
Hey, he's been solid. He just got called up to the bigs. This was his first major league save, even though it's 7-0 game. That's what the report was, that it's his first major league save. So, hey, whatever you want to call it, he still pitched 3 innings and only allowed 1 hit and 3 strikeouts, like you said. So the A's shut out the powerful Yankees today behind the pitching. So that's big.
I think if you go 3 out of the bullpen to end the game, it's a save no matter what the score is. So shout out. I mean, good game to get your first save in kind of a not too high leverage situation. I mean, going 3 for any bullpen arm, like just saving the bullpen, is something that you always love to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had 5 walks altogether. I mean, not something you love to see, but also 0 runs. So I mean, if it's not leading to anything and only giving up 2 hits, I mean, JP Sears had a great day, and then shout out Perkins for saving the bullpen for sure.
I'd rather give those walks than give them big hits and get them around the base. Because obviously, like, they got people on base, but they didn't allow them to get around. So that's all that matters.
Well, the A's had some powerful offense today as well. Our guy Brent Rooker went yard for a solo homer to start off the game. That's his 17th homer of the year already, so on pace for what, over 40 homers for Brent Rooker?
Probably going to be in the home run derby, not going to lie.
I could see it.
Because, I mean, Shohei's not going, so...
Shohei's not going to the home run derby?
No.
That's sad.
Yeah.
He did go a couple years ago. I do remember that, though.
I mean, he's still trying to get back to 100%, so makes sense.
Yeah. But also, our guy Nick Kurtz with the 3-run bomb. That's already his 12th homer of the year in his rookie season. Hasn't even played the full year either. He got called up about a month into the year and already has 12 bombs. 3-run homer for him today. That really put the A's up in front, and they didn't look back after that.
And then I also like to remind that he's got hurt, and he was out for 3 weeks or like a month.
So 12 homers in the short stint in the MLB.
Yeah.
Nick Kurtz going to be a stud in the MLB.
Already is.
Already is. Well, going off Nick Kurtz, I've been saying he's the next Matt Olson for this A's squad, and today I saw something that said that it went over the best draft pick of every single year since like 2010, and like going off their careers, who's been the best player in each draft. And in 2012, Matt Olson was the best player in that draft. So we could have another guy just like that in Nick Kurtz, who was drafted last year, and he's already has 12 homers in the bigs. So shout out to him.
That's huge. Yeah. That's huge. And then also, I mean, getting it done with people on base too. Yeah. Getting that three right there. Huge in that little league ballpark over there.
Yeah, so shout out to Yankee Stadium for helping that one out too. Just hit a pop-up to right field. It's going to get out there pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, shout out to 4th of July as well if you can hear the fireworks. But yeah, Tyler Soderstrom also has been hitting the ball great lately. Had an RBI today. And also, Austin Wynns has provided some great offense in that catcher spot since Shea Langoliers has been out. Had another RBI today. This A's offense looked great today. Just we need more consistency out of this team.
Yeah.
And that's, Luke, you said it last show. The A's just have not been consistent all year. One day they can look like one of the best teams in the bigs, and then the next night the pitching can give up 12 runs and the offense doesn't show up. So need more consistency out of this young A's team, but we do believe that they can, put it all together once the end of the year comes around.
Yeah. No, it's and then obviously seeing Langeliers kind of out still out. It's a little daunting.
Yeah.
But no, it's great that we're able to trade for him also and just get that replacement, get that offense that we really need from him, because he's one guy that's consistently getting runs in and making it happen.
Yeah.
Even though it's like it might not be huge, he's always swinging the bat and he's making contact with it.
He's been a very solid backup catcher.
Yeah,
any offense from a backup catcher, especially, you're going to take. And, shutout wins. I feel like he's making a pretty good case to, maybe solidify a spot on the roster for, at least the rest of this year. Like you said, he's been coming up big in clutch RBI situations.
100%.
And then, like I said, anything you look at a lot of catchers, especially starting catchers in the league. I mean, you're not getting this kind of offense from him, especially in the short amount of time he has been here. So, big shout out, and he's really solidifying maybe that main backup catcher role going forward.
Of course. Well, going to game 1 of this series, the A's lost 3-0. Mitch Spence allowed 3 runs. 2 of them were earned in 5 innings, and then Sean Newcomb came in and pitched 3 shutout innings out of the bullpen. So back-to-back games where the bullpen's been pretty lights out.
Yeah.
So I like to see that. Mitch Spence allowing 3 runs is not the worst thing in the world, but, still, he's had some better outings earlier in the year. He's been one of our best pitchers in that starting rotation.
Definitely. And it was just that beginning of the year where he was shaking off the rust and getting it down. But I do see it starting to form up right now, which I'd say is the right time, because this is the time of the year where you start to separate and you start to figure out who's going to be where. So hopefully that helps and keeps us alive, keeps us in contention of hopefully wild card.
Hopefully wild card. We're still hopeful.
Yeah.
We believe. We do believe. The A's only had 3 hits in the game yesterday. Only Brent Rooker, Nick Kurtz, and Willie McCaver had hits in this game. So both the backup catchers for the A's have been providing some pretty good offense. So I'm very curious to see what they do once Shea comes back and takes that starting role. Because both these guys have been pretty solid.
They're solid. Yeah. And then also trade, potentially.
Maybe a trade for a bullpen arm. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I definitely know there's a few teams that need a catcher, and both of these guys are definitely potential not stars, but just good enough people back there behind the plate.
You can trust them behind the plate for sure. Bellinger, Jazz, Chisholm, and DJ LeMahieu had RBIs in this game off Mitch Spence. So, not the worst night for the A's, but the offense did not show up. Only allowing 3 runs in the first game isn't a bad thing, but the offense didn't show up.
Yeah.
Also wanted to give a little love to the A's. They went on MLB Network because it's in New York. So shout out to MLB Network for showing the A's a little love. They invited Jacob Wilson, Denzel Clark, and Lawrence Butler to go talk about, some highlight plays they made. They talked to Denzel about the crazy catches, Jacob Wilson about the hits, and Lawrence Butler about some other plays as well. So shout out to those guys. Sean Casey did a great job. Mark DeRosa, actually. That's who it was. Mark DeRosa.
I saw a little bit of that, but that was pretty cool to see Denzel out there breaking down his catches.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love seeing the MLB give the A's a little spotlight here and there.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
I feel like it will start happening more and more just because I know the MLB is definitely buying into this whole Vegas move because it's all money for them. Yeah. So
it is going to be next year.
They're going to start transferring. They're going to be like, all right, we got to start pushing the A's as a Vegas team. We got to start doing this. So don't be surprised if the A's get a lot more coverage and people are going to start calling people bandwagon fans. And
hey, we've been a fan since the O.Co Coliseum days, baby. We have been a fan. We got never switching up.
We got proof.
Yeah. Well, going back to the Tiger series, they did lose that one 2-1. They won game 2 though. 3-0 in Detroit. Shout out to Jacob Lopez. He might be the ace on this staff. He went 7 innings, no runs, only 3 hits against a powerful Tigers lineup.
Yeah. Again, best in the MLB. Yeah. That was a huge win for him. We were hyping him up last week when he had another amazing game last week.
He's been lights out.
Perfectly said. So, and then Mason Miller came in, got 2 strikeouts.
Yes, sir.
Huge. And Nick Kurtz home run off of Jack Flaherty.
That kid can hit.
Beautiful.
That kid can rake.
He can rake it.
Off one of the better pitchers in the MLB, Jack Flaherty. Love to see Nick showing that he can hit off anyone. He doesn't care who's on the mound. He's going to hit a 3-run homer every other game. He's getting those RBIs up for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's making up for his lost time, man.
Yeah. Also, got to give Max Muncy some love. We talk about him every week playing third base. Also made a great play today to end the game. Tagged Aaron Judge out at third, so that was big. He avoided the broken bat as well. The broken bat went flying over. He had to dodge that, grab the ball, tagged Aaron Judge to end the game, so that was big. But yeah, the A's lost in Game 3 to the Tigers, 8-0. Jeffrey Springs allowed 3 runs in 5 innings. JT Ginn allowed 2 runs out of the pen, and TJ McFarland allowed 3 runs out of the pen. A's offense didn't show up again in that game, so it's very inconsistent. I don't even know what else to say besides it's just we need more consistency out of this team.
The offense definitely, very inconsistent, but besides this, Game 3 versus the Tigers, I've really been kind of, impressed by the pitching staff in the last, week or so, especially the games we're going over. The only game they gave up more than 3 runs was that, loss to the Tigers. There's been a couple shutouts, and so maybe they're looking to add a little bit more offense, or we're just looking for guys to get a little bit more consistent, like we said. But what really gives me confidence is the pitching, and especially pitching against good teams. Like, that's where you have to start. Is pitching and defense, and then the offense is going to be what it is. But that just gives me a lot of confidence, especially in this gauntlet that they've been in for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And that's what's great is because we saw them struggling a whole lot more before this huge, this kind of tough road trip, because they were at home a lot and they're playing kind of tough or easy teams, and they had lost 20 out of 21 games, which was not pretty to see.
That really set us back, man.
That set us back a lot.
Just went 500 in that stretch, we'd probably be only a couple games out of the wild card.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So that stretch really killed, the record. But, we can still get back on track. It's such a long season. We're about halfway through now. So I definitely think the A's can, get on track.
If you have a stretch where you win 10 and 15, we're right back in this thing.
Right back in it.
So the pitching is, like I said, if that continues to get better, and the level of the starting pitchers and the bullpen continues to raise, you're only going to need so much from this offense. We do want more, but it's just very exciting. Playoff baseball, we all want to see it this year. That's what's really going to help them in the playoffs, is going to be that pitching.
Yeah, for sure. Well, TJ McFarland, after allowing those 3 runs in that Tigers loss, got sent down to the minors. He's about 35 years old, and he got sent down to the minors. So TJ McFarland, who I thought was going to be that lefty out the pen for the A's, not having a good year.
Nah, it's
just getting raked every single time he goes out there.
It's kind of the same for some of these bullpen arms for us. So it's we've done this all season. As we send people down, bring people up, we're trying to find the right arms that are going to be able to be consistent.
Yeah.
So if you can't do it, you can't do it.
I just say keep calling guys up from the minors and hope a couple flourish.
Yeah.
This day and age, the 5-man rotation is what it is. It's like you have your 5 starters. Yeah. You need about 8, and then a whole staff in the minors to just make it through a full season. Especially these young guys. Some of these young guys aren't used to, this is the most innings they've thrown in their professional careers.
Yeah.
So, that strategy with the pitchers, I don't mind. But I'm just glad it's not happening with the position players, and then that's why we're seeing Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz, Denzel Clark starting to have a little bit more success. Brent Rooker and Lawrence Butler just signed those contracts, so they're definitely not getting swapped out anytime soon. But that for the pitchers, I don't mind. I'm just the offense, I'm glad they're letting them take their lumps.
Yeah. Also, Seth Brown got released again. I don't think he'll be back this time.
I don't think he'll be back.
So shout out to A's legend Seth Brown.
Yeah.
He had a couple 20-homer years in his time with the A's. So
he was the longest A's tenured
tenured A's. Had some in those rough years. He hit 20 bombs. So a bright spot during those tough years.
Yeah.
But yeah, after this Yankee series, we go to play the Rays. Not in Tampa, in their new location. So shout out to the Rays.
The Yankees spring training field.
That's where it is. That's what I thought. Yeah. So tough schedule coming up for the A's, but then they play the Giants 4th of July. So obviously going to be a sweep there.
That's going to be
crazy.
Easy series.
They're going to be an easy sweep.
The way they're looking right now, you might not be wrong.
You might, yeah. Shout out to Willie Adames.
It's going to be hot.
It is going to be hot on that 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
And those tickets are mad expensive.
Good, bro. I'm tired of playing in ballparks where
you can't hit.
It's cold, bro.
Yeah, that Giants offense is probably looking forward to that series. But yeah, the main topic of today, Jacob Wilson and the secret to his success. It's going to be a crazy one. You wouldn't expect it. But quote from Jacob Wilson says, "Parents are going to hate me. I'm a big believer in video games. It's fast decision-making strategy. I'll wake up and I'll play video games, and then I'll go hit the field and have a good day. Some days I won't play, and I don't see the ball well." That's him on how video games help him be a better athlete.
I see where he's coming from.
I love it. I love it.
And because everybody needs their off time. Everybody needs their outlet.
Yeah.
So like, sorry, my bad. But everybody needs their kind of just way to blow off steam and get their mind back in.
Yeah.
So like, some people read books. Some people go on bike rides. Some people do this.
Some people play Fortnite.
Some people play Fortnite.
Shout out to Jacob Wilson.
I 100%.
Let's run squads.
I 100% agree. Like. There's some days I'm playing MLB The Show and I feel like a big leaguer. I'm like, I'm just not seeing it well today. I don't know what it is.
I wonder if he plays MLB The Show. I wonder if that's what he's playing.
But when you're seeing it well, and then, hey, I don't even play in the major leagues, but I feel like I could go out there and, that can translate.
When you're seeing the ball well,
I'm telling you, and it really does. I really do agree with this. I mean, I've been a video game player my entire life, and we've also played sports. I mean, we've all played video games, we've all played sports. It is definitely hand-eye coordination, fast decision making. I agree with everything he said in this. And I mean, it helps, but then there's that certain point where you don't want to overdo it. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of parents might disagree. Is they're like, "Oh, my kid spends too much time." But I mean, regulated, like. Hey, I mean, he plays for probably an hour or two and then goes to the field, and I mean, that's perfect.
Hey, if you're a big leaguer, you can do whatever the hell you want with that kind of stuff. Like, play your video games, like, do it. Just make sure you hit the ball.
Hey, look at Kyler Murray, man.
So, like,
Kyler Murray.
And like, I will admit, like, I definitely play a bit of video games. Yeah. So, like, but as long as you get your necessities done, which he is doing.
He's definitely doing that and more.
Checking off Rookie of the Year right now. So
leading shortstops in all-star votes.
Yes, sir.
Get him there. But for me, I personally have never been a morning video game guy. So I'm interested that he wakes up.
Right when I wake
really? I've never been that. I've always been a late night video game person. But
wake up, go to the bathroom, get on.
Maybe that's why I couldn't hit the ball. Maybe that's why I hit 200. And Jacob Wilson's hitting 341 with 9 homers and 40 RBIs in the bigs. So maybe I should have woke up and play a little MLB The Show before I hit the field. Maybe it would have helped me.
Hey, if that's all it took, man.
If that's all it took, then I should have been on that game a lot more. But his dad quoted saying, "I do believe in the hand-eye coordination that video games give as long as you do your homework. Kids, if you're reading, do your homework."
Exactly.
That's his dad, Jack Wilson, former big leaguer, on how video games have helped Jacob Wilson be a better athlete.
Yeah, do your homework.
Do your homework, but also play your video games if you want to hit 341 in the bigs. So shout out to Jacob Wilson. That was pretty crazy to see. But yeah, I think we can move on to our favorite A's memory.
Yes, sir.
I can start unless you want to go first. Pookie.
I mean, mine's not emotional, but it is a little sad, but also still a favorite memory.
Okay.
So I'll start.
Okay.
Because yours will probably be a little bit happier. Because mine was on the second to last night of O.Co Coliseum. I was fortunate enough to get a ticket to the last night game.
You did
ever of the Oakland Coliseum. So
I think I know what happened in this game.
The A's won.
Yeah.
A's won. They won 2-1. Mason Miller got the dub.
Walk-off?
No, not a walk-off. That was the last game ever.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the last game ever. No, that wasn't the last game because Mason Miller struck. It was the second. The game before that was a walk-off.
Jacob Wilson walked off.
Jacob Wilson
that's
walked
when I really
off.
was like,
that
this
was
kid
his
could be a
first
star.
ever walk-off as A's player.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was at the second. Okay. The second one, but it was the last night game ever at O.Co.
Damn.
And it was really just being there. It brought me back to being a teenager, and I sat in left field, then sat in right field. All the flags waved in and everything, and then all the chants tell the team. And then upper deck open.
Crazy.
I have so many pictures of just like me standing in front of the field, just a little teary-eyed, like leaving, and it's just like definitely part of me was left there at O.Co. Like walking out of that arena, I was just like, damn, it's never gonna be the same.
Yeah, that definitely hurts to hear, but that's a great memory that you got to attend that last series. I'm a little jealous I didn't go to the last series.
Me and my boy Duncan, friend Sienna, shout out them, made a big it was a nice trip for that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one if we're going with last games.
Okay, go.
I was at the last A's Giants Battle of the Bay game. Like they played in San Francisco first that year, so it was the 3-game series in Oakland, and I went to the last game with my family. Like we were going like 3 or 4 years. We went every year before that. Tyler went with me one of the years. I brought a bunch of friends every time, but that one was really like we tailgated in the parking lot. Shout out to Oko. I mean, they let you in the parking lot early enough to hang out,
have some fun,
play catch. Enjoy some adult beverages.
I feel like it was the last true stadium to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that made the experience way more special. And then walking in there, I was like, man, I'm never gonna be at this stadium watching an A's Giants game again with my family. And I mean, we'd done it 4 years prior, every year before that, but it was something that they used to do when my family lived all together in the Bay Area, was go to A's Giants games. And I'm like, man, now I'm gonna have to pay $30 more just to go watch the Giants and A's play in San Francisco. But nah, I mean, that was super cool. And I mean, the feeling really didn't hit me until I got in there. And then Diego was with me, our friend Diego, and he was like, man, it's the last A's Giants game in Oakland right here. So, and it was ended up being an A's win.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yes, sir.
Giants left the bases loaded in the top of the 9th inning.
Shout out.
Missed half the game because I had to go get some beers for my cousins, but all good. It was a fun experience for sure.
Missed the troughs, man. The troughs.
The troughs.
That's a great memory.
Never went to the bathroom there.
Never.
Ever.
They probably didn't work. But so my favorite memory is going back to one of my favorite players, Chris Davis. In 2016, he had a 3-home run game and also had a walk-off grand slam.
About the video
that's right behind you. Yeah, he had a walk-off grand slam. Shout out to shooting the helmet, walking around third base. Sir. That was probably my favorite celebration of all time. But yeah, only the second player in MLB history to have 3 home runs and a walk-off grand slam in the same game. So shout out to Chris Davis.
Shout out Mr. Consistency.
Mr. Consistent. Also wanted to shout out that he hit 247 for 3 years straight. Shout out to KD.
That's not
also
bad.
40 bombs, more than 40 bombs every year. So that's crazy. But Chris Davis, one of my favorite A's players of all time.
100%.
Kind of going off.
The best Chris Davis.
The best Chris Davis in the MLB ever. Yeah. I've been sticking on the 2012 memories, but now I'm going to the next era of the 2016 and to 2018-19 memories. So, so shout out to KD, Chris
Soon
Davis.
enough, we're gonna run out of all these good memories.
I don't think we will.
No.
I don't think we will.
Nah.
But yeah, this has been Bleav in A's, episode 7.
Just wait till my Wilmer Flores 3-home run game comes out.
Oh my God, that happened only a month ago. All right, well, we'll close out on Bleav in A's. Go subscribe. Shout out to the Bleav Network on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all the above. Go check us out.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yes, sir.